I was checking out a recent video recently on one of my favorite YouTube UFO channels. That's Secure Team 10. And it was talking about the objects seen near the sun. Every now and then there are objects seen near the sun that apparently looks like they're sucking out the plasma from the sun. Like there's like some kind of an object there, and it's some sort of an alien craft that's sucking out plasma from the sun. It's just amazing. There's some videos, there's some photographs. Now, what was interesting about this on Secure Team 10 was he pointed out like how some of these pictures that are from NASA they black out the object that's doing this. There are obvious, big black squares, over the they're trying to hide something. NASA's trying to hide something from the public. They don't want you to see that. You wonder, makes you wonder, who's NASA taking its orders from? It must be somebody in the Defense Department, obviously, saying you can't show that to the public. If there's some sort of a craft that shows up, anywhere, in space that you capture, you need to black that out, and they do. There's a lot of evidence that shows NASA, different NASA photographs that are, basically they blur out or block out, UFOs because they don't want to talk. They don't want to have to answer about them. They don't want to have to answer for them. And they're not allowed. It's obvious. There have been reports from different people who were part of NASA, who years later came out and said, "Yeah, there's a policy there. We're not allowed to talk about UFOs. We're not allowed to say anything about them. It's a big secret. So if something's seen, that's none of our business, and we don't say anything to the public." But it's so blatant. I mean, you look at some of these pictures, like there's a picture of the sun that's from NASA, and you see that there's something going on, like a big explosion near one area of the sun. Something's going on. I mean, the sun's all, always, it's always active. But there's some sort of object hovering near this, but we can't see what that object is. It just looks like a black box because somebody blocked it out from NASA, so we can't see what's there. Obviously there's some sort of a UFO behind that black box. Now, if you go searching on this online, you'll see a lot of different articles, people saying that the black box is actually a UFO. No. That somebody did that, and all they would have needed to do was they wouldn't even need Photoshop. All they need is paint. Microsoft Paint would have easily been able to, it's a very crude, blacked out object. I mean, that's not a spacecraft. That's black. What's a spacecraft? It would have been there. We'd be able to see it if it wasn't for it being blacked out. But getting back to just the sun, it's amazing. The beings that are coming here are apparently, sucking energy out from the sun, sucking out the plasma, and somehow utilizing that plasma as an energy source. I mean, that just goes to show you how far advanced they are than we are. I mean, we're not even close. I mean, I was just looking at a video recently on, I've seen this video before a few years back. It was on there's a Facebook page I like. It's called UFO Disclosure, and somebody posted this video, and it was an image of looked like some dark mass, like hovering above the sun, and below this dark mass was like these tentacles, and these tentacles were moving about the sun like it was as if drawing energy from it. I mean, wow. Imagine having the technology to be able to do something like that. I mean, the human race is nowhere near that advanced. So, and I guess it does make sense, though. Once you get to a certain level of technology, you're going to be able to use suns. You're going to be able to, tap that energy, all the energy of a sun. You're going to figure you're going to figure out, what it takes. And that's apparently what's happening. So, I guess to I don't know how the aliens are, how what makes their craft fly, or what makes them be but whatever it is, the source of energy apparently is coming from the sun, and how it's done or how they use it, and exactly what it's all about, we can only guess, but it is very interesting. But at the same time, it's also interesting how NASA, a lot of these pictures from that are taken by NASA, which is a government program funded by taxpayer dollars, and they keep stuff from us. They're under orders from somebody somewhere within the hierarchy of our government to keep the lid on things. Now, sometimes there are things that get past them. Like sometimes they don't catch the UFOs, in some of their videos and pictures that they release to the public. They don't catch them at first, and then later on somebody will see them as, then they'll go back and they'll try to scrub it out. It's just the boldness of this, the audacity to keep this stuff from people is amazing. I mean, the human race, we're all supposed to be part of the same team here, aren't we? I mean, how about sharing the wealth a little bit? It'd be nice if somebody, one of these people, scientists in NASA, was allowed to talk about what's going on here and what they're seeing, what they think these things are doing, and it's not just the sun that they're seeing objects near, apparently sucking up energy, but they're seeing things on the moon. I mean, if you're not a subscriber to Secure Team 10, you really should be, because I think this guy, he really does a great job of lassoing in a lot of different pictures and videos, and a lot of them are pictures and videos that are from that are actually taken by the government, so that they're not fakes. And he's always able to point out, a lot of these obvious cover-ups, like black boxes covered over the object that's sucking out the energy from the sun, for instance. And again, it's just a shame that that the NASA is not more forthcoming, and it's probably not their fault. I'm sure that there's somebody above them that's telling them, hey. And it's been telling them for decades, actually, we're not allowed, that's none of your business. If there's something that you see, you tell us, and you just keep quiet about it. And then cover it up on top of it. They're obviously told to cover things up. Because I guess these people who are, in charge of keeping the extraterrestrial reality secret from the public, they look down upon people like us, and they think they're better than we are, and in their minds they're more advanced. From their minds, we can't handle the truth, so so they keep it from us, and plus for military reasons, and who knows, God knows what else. But going off on a tangent here, like I usually do, but it always comes back to the government, trying to cover this whole phenomenon up, and keeping the American public out of the loop, and actually the world public out of the loop. It's not just the American government either. It's governments of the world. There's other governments that are all part of this. It's obvious. It's obvious. I mean, there's many people, who know the truth, like I do. Regular Joes out there who, realize what's going on. And we'd like to know more about these objects, among other things. We'd like to know more about these objects that are floating around the sun and sucking out energy. Like, could you give us more information about that, perhaps? It'd be nice.